Mr. Lam, I cannot hear you. Go unmute.
Do you want me to start now?
Yeah.
Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. The unsurpassed, deep, profound subtitle Wonderful Dharma in 100 million eons is difficult to encounter. Now that I have come to receive and hold it within my sight and hearing, I vow to fathom thus come one's true and actual meaning.
All right, thank you. You did a very good job. Thank you. Okay, let's do this quickly. Okay. Okay, Betty, go ahead. Do the first one. Go.
Whatsoever beings are here assembled, those of the earth or those of the air, may all of them be happy. Let them all listen attentively to my words.
Okay. All right, Annabelle, second one.
Listen here, all beings. Show your love to those humans who day and night bring offerings to you. Therefore, guard them diligently.
Diligently. Thank you. All right. Bảo, go ahead and do the top one. Go. Bảo,
Which one?
the top one.
Okay. Whatever treasure there be, either here or in the world beyond, or whatever precious jewel there be in the heavens, yet there is none comparable to the accomplished one. In the Buddha is this precious jewel found. On account of this truth, may there be happiness.
Thank you. Okay. Ethan Lam.
The tranquil sage of the Sayakas release sensation, freedom from passion, immortally excellence. There is nothing comparable to this Dhamma. In the Dhamma is this precious jewel found. On account of this truth, may there be happiness.
Excellent. Phước, can you turn on your webcam, Ron? Thank you. Do number 5 for me. Unmute, go. Unmute.
That pure path the Supreme Buddha praised is described as concentration without interruption. There is nothing like that concentration. In the Dhamma is this precious jewel found. On account of this truth, may there be happiness.
Okay, thank you. So, Arian.
Those 8 individual praise the virtuous. They constitute 4 pairs. They, worth of offerings, are the disciples of the Enlightened One. Gifts given to these yield abundant fruit. In the Sangha is this precious jewel found. On account of this truth, may there be happiness.
Thank you. Sophia.
With steadfast mind, applying themselves thoroughly in the dispensation of Gautama, free of passion, they have attained to that which should be attained. And plunging into immortality, they enjoy the peace, nibbana, and absolute freedom. In the Sangha is this precious jewel found. On account of this truth, may there be happiness.
Great, thank you. Okay. Nami.
Yeah, sorry.
Move your mic, cam down. I can see you. Move down. Move down a little bit more. Thank you. Okay. Can you move?
Just as a firm post sunk in the earth cannot be shaken by the four winds, I say that a good person who thoroughly perceives the noble truths is similar to that. In the Sangha, it is precious jewel found. On account of this truth, may there be happiness.
Okay, thank you. Let me move down. Move down. Jaden, Jaden, turn on your webcam. Read the next one. Let me move down the camera.
What did you say? I heard the camera one, but I didn't hear anything
Okay,
else.
read,
My
read
internet is really bad.
those who clearly understand.
Okay. Those who clearly understand the noble truths, well taught by him who has absolute knowledge, do not undergo an eighth birth, no matter how exceedingly heedless they may be. In the Sangha is this precious jewel found. On this account of truth, may there be happiness.
Okay, thank you. Ethan đó. Ethan đó.
Together with his attainment of insight, three qualities have been abandoned, namely belief in self, doubt, and dependence on wrong rites and ceremonies. He is absolutely freed from the four states of misery and is incapable of committing the six deadly crimes. In the Sangha is this precious jewel found. On account of this truth, may there be happiness.
Ethan Đỗ, can you turn on the webcam, bro? Patrick Đỗ, turn on your webcam too. Patrick, are you there? Ethan, Ethan Đỗ. Okay, that's good. Patrick, turn on your webcam, bro.
My camera's broken.
Okay, your camera broken. Okay, Rian, Rian. Ethan, no, Patrick, go ahead and read it, bro.
He is incapable of hiding whatever evil he does, whether by deed, wrong, or thought. For it has been said that such an act is impossible for one who has seen the path. On account of this truth, may there be happy.
Good, thank you. Okay. Did I miss anyone? Okay. All right. Let's do this. We will do the meditation and we will jump in and learn the lesson. And today I will give you the Kahoot about the consciousness and Buddhist psychology. So let's see how you come about. All right. Keep your back straight, your neck straight, close your eye, inhale and exhale to the nose. You count one, inhale and exhale to the nose, you count two, and keep going. If you see your monkey mind, don't play with it. It's too dangerous. And don't hold your breath and do it naturally if you can. All right. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. Sit still. Okay, all right. Annabelle and Arian,
35.
15.
Bảo and Thi,
20.
uh,
47.
Sophia and Demi.
13.
I could not hear you, Demi. Now move your cam down, con. Demi, I cannot hear, I cannot see you. Okay.
Help, help.
Phước and Jaden.
20.
Okay.
13.
Ethan and Patrick no. Ethan Đỗ and Patrick Đỗ. Ethan Lâm.
60.
Okay, thank you. All right, now let me jump in and we can start. Okay, let me review quickly about the medical, how the mind works in the medical view. Okay. Sophia, go ahead and read this one.
The central nervous system controls most functions of the body and mind. It consists of two parts, the brain and the spinal cord. The brain is the center of our thoughts, the interpreter of our external environment, and the origin of control over body movement. Like a central computer, it interprets information from our eyes, sight, ears, sound, nose, smell, tongue, taste, and skin touch, as well as from internal organs such as the stomach. The spinal cord is the highway for communication between the body and the brain. When the spinal cord is injured, the exchange of information between the brain and other parts of the body is disrupted.
Good, thank you. So the central nervous system, we have two parts, right? This is the most important of our body and mind. They consist of the brain, that means right here, and they also have the spinal cord right here. This is the long our, they run along our back, right? And it carry all the nerve. That means the nerve connect from the brain to the entire body. For example, the nerve connect to the eye, and the nerve connect to the ear, the nerve connect to the tongue, the nerve connect to the body, include the movement, include the sensation, include whatever the organ here, the nerve also connect. So the brain is the one who control the entire movement of our body. Also sensation, that means the feeling. Also, what happened? Tell me, what happened if the eye is broken? Do you think that can we replace our eye with the artificial eye? What do you think? Anybody? Jaden?
Not really.
Not really? Oh. What about you, Arian?
It can.
Can we?
Yes.
We can. Basically, the scientists may be able to test the artificial eye, and they put the artificial eye on the mouth, right? The mic, I mean the mouth, and restore the sight up to 90% of the sight. That means the mic can be able, the mouse can be able to see up to 90%. How do they do that? Basically, what they do is they the nerve, right? Because it's broken between the eye and the brain, right? So what they do is they take the nerve from that brain, connect to the artificial eye, and program it and send the signal. So basically, that the eye can be able to see it. Does it make sense to you? Annabelle, you understand? Okay, good. What happened is when our arm, right, paralyzed, our arm is paralyzed. Why the arm is paralyzed? Who knows? Sophia, do you know why the arm is paralyzed?
Yeah, calm.
Oh, you don't know? Really? I thought you did know.
The
Who
reason behind it?
what?
The reason behind why it's paralyzed?
Yeah, why paralyzed?
Oh, no, I don't know.
You don't know? Hmm. Phước, do you know why? Phước? Phước, are you there? Unmute.
Disconnected.
Which disconnected?
Broken. The nerve.
Oh, the nerve, right, that's correct. The nerve connect from the brain to the arm is broken, right? Therefore, the brain cannot send the signal to the nerve, to the arm. Does that make sense? Therefore, the arm is paralyzed. It cannot move. But if the doctor be able to reconnect, then the arm can be able to move. That is the beautiful of the scientists nowadays. They can do those things. That's powerful, right? So what does that mean? The brain is the most important. That is the most important about. Sophia, you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. Betty, do you understand, Betty?
Yeah.
Okay. Annabelle, you understand, Annabelle? So when the brain is dead, that means we die. But if one part of the body is broken, we still alive. It doesn't mean that we die, because the brain still there. But when the brain is dead, right? We dead, we die. That's basically the concept of the brain is so important. Okay, now let me go back here. Any questions so far before I go? Okay, you see this model right here we call the eight consciousness, and this is the Buddhist view. Okay, in the Buddhist view, it's similar to the medical view. How it's similar? The first five senses we call the eye, the ear, the nose, the tongue, the body. This represents the mouth and the body. This represents the mouth and the body. Okay. And whatever we are receive from the outside, right? When the eye sees something, the eye doesn't know whatever we see, only see the object, but the eye cannot be able to distinguish. When the ear hears something, right? The ear cannot be able to distinguish whatever the sound we're hearing. When the nose smells something, the nose could not be able to distinguish whatever the nose smells. Does it make sense so far? Phước, do you understand so far?
Yes.
Okay, good. The tongue, when we taste something, we taste the food, right? Delicious or not delicious, the tongue do not know about delicious or not delicious. The body, when we touch something, the body does not know what they know the object, but they do not distinguish. Basically, the contact here, the eye only know the object, but do recognize the object, but cannot be able to distinguish with the detail. How do all these things know the detail? That means the eye consciousness will send the data, the object from the eye, that means the form, to the mind consciousness, that is the brain. That's where they loaded the data into the memory. This is where the brain do the interpreter, right? The brain translated. And now that means the eye be able to distinguish. Does it make sense so far? Anyone? Brooke, do you understand, Jaden? You understand, Jaden? Jaden? Hmm.
Sorry.
Turn on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just in a car right now. There's a lot of noise.
Okay, can you turn on your webcam so we make sure you understand? Okay. So when the the nose, right? The nose contact the smell. That means the nose consciousness will send the object, whatever the smell we are smelling, put into the brain. The brain will process put into the memory, and it will process it. That's how the nose be able to distinguish. The same thing with the tongue. The same thing with the body. That means the tongue consonant will send the data to the mind consonant. The brain will load it into the memory. The same thing with the body consonant, do the same thing. And once it's loaded into the data, into the memory, all these things be able to distinguish. Last week, we learned about Ashoka. He was a bad person at the beginning, and he feel remorse. After he went out for the first time, he witnessed all the destruction and all the dead body, right? For after the war, for the first time, he witnessed all those things come from his brutal action, and he feels so remorse. Okay, so basically, his eye contact the dead body. His eye contact the destruction, whatever the scene, the destruction. Give me 1 second. Đang dạy học không? Chúng nó có gì gọi?
Dạ thầy ơi.
Một chút nó có gì thầy gọi?
Con chào thầy.
Chút nữa thầy gọi ra.
Dạ.
Okay. Okay. Basically, all right. Sorry. So that means the eye see the eye contact all the destruction and the dead body. The eye do not know that is the dead body or that is the destruction. They just recognize the object, but they do not know that they cannot distinguish. So the eye consonant will send those data to the memory, and the memory to the mind consonant and put into the memory. That's how the data become available for the eye to distinguish. And the ear here heard when the woman, right, there was the woman accused him of the murder, right? Instead of he get angry, no, he feel remorse. And that means his ear contact the boy of that person, the boy of that woman. And the ear only recognize the boy, but do not know the detail. So the ear consonant will send those data to the brain, to the mind consonant, and load into the brain, the short-term memory. And where that the data become available, the ear become distinguished, be able to distinguish what kind of sound it is. And also he smell, right? That means he smell the dead body and all destruction, right? He doesn't know what kind of smell it is, but one the nose consonant send those data to the mind consonant and load into the memory. Now the nose be able to distinguish. This is the smell of the dead body. And the body, that means when he walk, right, his feet can maybe touch hit the dead body, right? And the body contact the dead body, the corpse, right? And the body consonant will send those data to the mind consonant and put into the short-term memory. This is where the body be able to distinguish the object that he touched. What happened is, inside the mind, right? When he saw all those the objects, the available function for him is thinking, visualization, contemplation, planning, strategy, ambition, remorse, greed, hatred, ignorance. All those things will be available for the mind to trigger. So in this case, the most powerful function right within from his mind is the remorse. And what does that mean? The mana constant will wrap the data from the short-term memory, whatever the data come from here into the short-term memory, the mana will wrap those data, include the function arrived from the mind constant, that means the remorse. The mana will put those things into the alaya constant, that is the where the storehouse. It would the storage, right? It would store the knowledge, the experience, the commentary. That means the good karma or the bad karma that we have done in the past. And once he put into here, right? The mind trigger the remorse. That means the mana put that those inquiry, that means the function arrived from the mind, that means the remorse. And alaya will perform the search for the remorse. That means all the killing, right? He have done in the past up to now. Those images will become the result of the search. And the result of the search will pass back, that means alaya consciousness will pass back to the mana consciousness. This is where the emotion affliction arise. The emotion affliction arise is for the remorse. So strong right here, become very strong, and strong to the point that it will control his mind. Remember, in the Western psychology, our brain have two parts. One is called rational mind. This is called the logic or the rational part. And this is called the emotion. This is the emotional. So our brain have two parts. One is emotion, one is the rational. And usually if we have the strong feeling, strong emotion, it will control the mind. Most of the time they will do that. Does it make sense to you so far? Bao, do you understand, Bao? Bao?
Yeah, I understand.
Ethan Lam, Ethan Do, anyone understand? And Jaden? No, not really. Betty, you understand, Betty?
Yeah.
Yes, that means you understand. Okay, good. So the emotion in here becomes so strong for remorse. What does that mean? And when it becomes so strong, it will control the mind, right? The result of the search from the alaya consciousness, in the result, there were a lot of destruction, killing, right? Killing, the image of killing. One those the result give back to the mana consciousness, give to the mind consciousness. The mind consciousness will load that result in here. You know what does that mean? The brain, the short-term memory contains all kind of image of killing, and make him become even more remorse. And his mind become restless. That means the mind jump up and down just like a monkey, and very unstable. And what does that mean? It would trigger the body and the mouth. That means the first five senses. And one is trigger the body and the mouth. That means the body walking, sitting, standing, all the position that he had in the form of ungrateful, very ungrateful. That means not peace. He doesn't have the peace of mind. Therefore, he doesn't have a peace of action. Does that make sense? Sophia and Arian,
Yeah.
Annabelle, you understand Annabelle? This is so important, okay? And when inside the brain, right? The brain, because a lot of destruction and killing in here, the image of killing, it will trigger the remote one more time. It repeat the same thing, and it will, the mana will go to the Alaya and do another search, and even get more image of killing. And it return to the mana consciousness, and the emotion of the remote becomes so strong, very strong, stronger than the previous one. Because the image of killing, the second time the search result contain even more. Therefore, the emotion becomes so strong, and therefore control the mind as well. And the mana consciousness give to the mind, and the mind consciousness, I mean the brain, load into the short-term memory. Those data become so strong and control the mind, and therefore control the mouth and the body. Does it make sense to you guys? Brooke, do you understand clearly? Jaden?
Yes.
I understand now.
Oh, you understand now, Ethan? Oh, wow, very good. All right. So this is very powerful that Christina Võ, do you understand, God? Christina Võ? Okay. Anyway, I will give you the Kahoot. You want to take the test? Try it. All right, good. I think you are ready. All right, let's do that. Oh, before I do that, I will review the. Okay, hold on. Okay, this is the first model of the Buddhist psychology. It helps us to recognize the anger, recognize the emotion we have, recognize the remorse, right? For that case, right? Okay, I will teach you this one next week, I guess, because right now if I give you Kahoot, but I need to review quickly here before I maybe today I will walk you through the Buddhist psychology, and next week I give you the Kahoot. Is that better? Right? Okay. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay. 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 Buddhist psychology model for a bad person like Ashoka. How this model work for the bad person. This is represent for the Buddhist psychology. Okay, let's do this. I think this is better. Let's do this, and first go ahead and read at the beginning. Read the purple and read the next one.
Buddhist psychological model for a bad person like Ashoka 1. If anyone says anything against him, his ears contact that person's voice, and his eyes contact with that person's physical appearance. His mind consciousness automatically pays attention to the physical appearance and the voice. Since in his Alaya consciousness, he already has a lot of anger and resentment seeds. His feelings of anger arise quickly and is very strong.
Okay, that's good. Stop right there. All right, Demi. Demi?
If the person who said it to him is more powerful and more authority than him, he would hide his anger emotion. Due to the strong feeling of anger causes perception to think negatively. He could have the following perceptions. How dare he says like that me? He thinks that he is more powerful than me and wants to give me a lecture. Wait until one day I have enough authority. I will teach you a lesson. His mind consciousness oppresses his first 5 consciousness, mouth and body, not to act violently. This could be his actions. However, if he is more powerful and more authority than that person,
His strong anger, angry emotion, arise uncontrollable, causing him to have
the following perceptions. How dare he talk to me like that? What did he think he was? I will teach him a lesson. Due to these negative perceptions, his mouth would yell back and his hands would punch that person violently. This could be his negative action.
Okay, thank you. Let me go to the model so you will understand the model. So basically, this is we talk we use in the scenario that Ashoka when he was a bad person, right? How he this model work for his emotion. Okay, so let's say that if someone yell at him or say something against him, right? That means his ear contact the that person voice, right? Contact that person voice, and his eye also contact that person physical appearance. The mind consciousness will automatically pay attention to the physical appearance of that person and also to the voice of to that person's voice, right? Therefore, the feeling of anger, right, arise very quickly because inside his area consciousness, he have a lot of anger and also a lot of resentment, right? Therefore, the feeling of anger arise so quickly, and it's about control his mind. But if the person if that person have more authority and powerful than him, and you know what? This is the perception that he have. How dare he talking to me like that? What do he think he did, right? Um, well, today you are higher than me. That means your position is higher than me, and you try to teach me a lesson. Well, wait until one day, if I have more power than if I'm more powerful than you, I will teach you a lesson. Therefore, that is the negative perception, and it will control his body negative. But what did that mean? He oppressed, right? That means he hiding his emotion and try to control the anger. But this is not the right way to control. This is the negative because he is not powerful than that person. That's why he only hide his emotion by suppress or oppress the body and the mind. Does that make sense to you so far? Okay. But what happened is if let's say that you the same model, yeah, if that person yell at him, right? He will, that means his ear contact that person voice, his eye contact that person physical appearance. His mind will pay attention to the physical appearance as well the voice. And the feeling of anger arises so quickly, but he is more powerful than the other person. That means let's say he is a king right now, right? He is the king, right? So therefore, His perception said that, how dare he talk like that to me? What does he think he is? I will teach him a lesson, right? And you know what? That is the negative perception. Therefore, his body and the mouth is also pollution. That means the action become negative. That means the mouth yell back at that person, and his hand punch at that person or violently. That due to his anger. Does that make sense to you so far? Jaden and Phúc, you understand? Dermy,
Yeah.
Yes.
good. Dermy, you understand, Dermy? Hmm. Okay, what about, let's say that the same model, let's say that the person, Ashoka, right, when he remorse, how do we use that model to learn about this one right here? Okay, this is called the five universal interactive model. Okay, I did not put that title. That is called the five universal interactive Buddhist psychology model. Okay, what about the person Ashoka is remorse, right? How his how the five universal interactive Buddhist psychology work? Let's see. Uh, Bao, do you want to read? Bao.
Okay. Where do I start?
Okay, start from the red one. Go.
Okay. How do we use the five universal interactive Buddhist psychology model for the Ashoka's remorse that has helped him become the best king? Do I continue?
Yeah, you can do it.
When he witnessed for the first time the consequence of his brutal actions, having brought face to face with the consequences of war for the first time, he felt overwhelmed with the brutality of his actions. People condemned him as a brutal murderer. His eyes contact all destructions and scattered corpses. His ears also contact the sounds of condemning his brutal actions. His mind consciousness automatically pays attention to those destructions and the sound of condemning. His feeling of remorse arises quickly and is so strong, uncontrollable. He could have the following perceptions. What have I done? What kind of victories did I win? Am I a human? All I had is destruction and death. I have destroyed so many families. I cannot believe myself that these were the results of my brutal actions. His body could not have any peaceful manner in walking, standing, sitting, and lying down. His mouth could also be murmuring all day long over and over about his past deeds. This would be the same action of his body and mouth.
Okay, good. Stop right there. Thank you. So you understand so far? Okay, let me walk you through, okay, the model so you can understand it one by one so you understand it better. Okay. All right. So so the person like Ashoka, right, when he first time he witnessed the destruction and the scattering body, that body, right, for the first time, from his brutal action, right? That means the eye contact the dead body, the eye contact the destruction, right? And the woman who lost her husband and her son, right, accused him at the murder, and his ear contact the woman voice. And naturally, in here, I should also include his nose smell, right? That means the nose contact the dead body smell, right? And the touching, that means the body, that means the feet, right? When he walked in, he touching the dead body, I guess. And that means the body contact the feet, that means the body contact the dead body, I guess. The mind automatically pay attention to what? To the destruction and the dead body from the sight, from the eye, right? And also the mind pay attention to the voice of that person. That means from the ear contact the voice, right? And the mind consciousness also pay attention to the smell, right? Of the dead body. And my consciousness also pay attention to the touching of the dead body. Due to this, the feeling, instead of feeling of anger arise. Yes, he have a lot of anger and resentment sit in here. But because the first time he saw the destruction from his brutal action, right? The feeling of remorse arise so strongly. That's why he be able to control the anger that the woman accused him, right? At the murder. So the anger not arise, but instead of the anger, he arise the feeling of remorse. That he feels so sorry for whatever he have done in the past. And this is the perception he had. I cannot believe it. This is the result of the war that of my victory. What kind of victory is this? It's just the destruction and the dead body. And I have killed so many people. What kind of victory is it? It's only you bring me the destruction and killing. And this is the good perception, not the bad perception. This is good perception because of remorse. Due to this perception, that means the mouth and the body, right? It's seeking, right? That means it's ungrateful. That means his body sit, walk, stand, lie down in the ungrateful manner, or in not in the peaceful manner. Okay. Okay, that is the first model. That is the first scenario for this model. Understand so far, right? Let me stop right here. So we are. Oh, can we do one more time? Let me. Okay, maybe that's a good idea. We can do another one. So okay, we're done over here, right? Okay, good. All right, let's do this. Annabelle, you go ahead and read a nightmare for me.
Wait, read where?
Yeah.
When he sleeps, he usually has nightmares that all those images of killing appear in his dreams. After he woke up, he could remember those images very clear. This means his mind contacts those mental images, and he automatically pays attention to those images, which cause his feeling to fear arise so strongly. He could have following perception. How can I live like this for the rest of my life? I cannot forgive myself. Who can help me overcome these fear and nightmares? Therefore, his body and mouth are even more restless and shaking with his actions.
Does it make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me explain to you in the model. Okay, the second scenario, that means he usually have nightmare, right? Let's say that. Okay, let me put this way, you understand. Let me go to the 8 consonant model. I will explain to you. Okay, when we not sleep, right? That means we still awake right now. The mind consonant up in the brain is the most active one. This is working all the time. And the mana consonant is just the shadow of the mind consonant. Does it make sense so far? But when we in the deep sleep, right? When we in the deep sleep, what happens? The mind consonant is also sleep, and it will be hiding inside the mana consciousness. And during the sleep time, right? The mana consciousness is the most active one. It will go back and forth. It will go to the alaya consonant and get all the data for the rim, right? That the rim come from the alaya consonant, go to the mana consonant. And because the mana consonant do not have the short-term memory, like the mind consonant, that means no data retained. That means when a person wake up, do you think you can be able to remember your dream clearly? No, we cannot remember our dream really. Only a few, right? Very little. Why was that? Because the mana consonant does not have the short-term memory. And therefore, they cannot retain the information for a long time. Does it make sense? This is important. Therefore, we only remember the portion, a small portion of the rim. But for the nightmare one, that means the image becomes so strong, and the killing image inside alaya consonant, when it load into the mana consonant, and it becomes so strong. And when he wake up, yes, he did not remember the whole thing, but he remember the image of killing, which is strong enough to trigger the nightmare. Does it make sense so far? Phước and Jaden, you understand so far?
Yes.
Yeah.
So later on, you will learn about when the person in the coma state, that means unconsciousness, how the mind works. And you will learn about that in the future. I will teach you that. You will not learn this thing anywhere. And this is how the Buddhist mind works, not the medical mind. The medical mind is different than Buddhist. And this is very powerful. Okay? So today I will stop right here. And next week, hopefully, we will go to finish by Buddhist psychology for the scenario of Ashoka remorse. And when we're done with that, I will give you the Kahoot, and you can because if I give you a Kahoot right now, you will not have enough information to go to the Kahoot. So that's why there are about 20 questions in the Kahoot. So, but I think that will become very powerful. You can learn. Betty, you understand so far?
Yeah.
Nermi, you understand, God? Ethan Lam. Marilyn,
Yeah, Thầy.
you understand so far? Marilyn? Okay, next time gonna come in a little bit early, Marilyn. Okay. All right. Let's do may I. Ethan, may I go? Ethan Lam.
May I be happy?
May I be happy and unmute your mic and say together with him. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Unmute your mind and say together with him. Thank you. Okay, Annabelle, can you say may I?
May I be healthy?
May I be healthy?
Betty and Aaron and Sophia and Mil, so you can say together with him. Okay, we go. All right. Christina Võ, can you say may our parents?
May our parents be healthy.
May our parents be healthy.
May our parents be wise.
May our parents be wise.
Good. Dylan, may our night. Come on, Dylan.
May our night be peaceful.
May our
May
night be peaceful.
May our night be calm.
May our night be calm.
Okay, thank you. 1, 2, 3. Namo Di Đà Phật.
More you thought.
Namo Di Đà Phật. Namo Di Đà Phật. Thank you, everyone.
Nam mô A Phật, chào thầy.
Dạ, cảm ơn thầy.
Cảm ơn thầy.
Cảm ơn thầy.
Chào thầy, các bác thầy.